Well, forecasters continue to watch the weather. They are forecasting now that an area of disturbance west of Andros now has a 70% chance of development into a tropical depression in the next 48 hours. Joining us now with the latest is Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening to you, Basil.
Good evening once again, Keisha. We continue to monitor this broad area of showers and thunderstorms associated with that stall out front boundary across the northwest and central Bahamas. And as we've been telling you all week long, we expect an area of low pressure to develop. Sometime tomorrow, we can get a closed circulation somewhere in the vicinity of the northwest Bahamas. That has not yet happened. However, the Hurricane Center, they are showing an area of showers in the Gulf of Mexico that's also moving towards the north and east. That has not yet formed a circulation at the surface, but we anticipate by tomorrow that could happen somewhere across the northwest Bahamas. Once it happens, the area of low pressure is forecast to move northeast and away from the Bahamas by Sunday, but leaving behind a trailing trough which will continue to generate pockets of showers. However, the rains we start to experience today will continue through tonight. Tomorrow we expect the more heavy stuff to develop in the northwest Bahamas as that area of low pressure develops, and that will continue over the northwest and central Bahamas. So rainfall will be the most significant feature of this system. The probability of developing into a tropical depression has bumped up to 70%. That's over a 48-hour period. And over the 5-day period, we're looking at about 80 and 90% chance of that happening. But in the 5-day period, that would put it well to the north and east of the Bahamas. But whether it develops or not, let me say again, rains are going to be the main feature of this system. Strong gusty winds at times up to about 35 knots or even greater in parts of the northwest Bahamas as that area of low pressure continues to trek the north and east. We will continue to monitor it, keep you abreast, so we ask you to stay tuned to ZNS, and we will keep you on top of this situation. Keisha?
Just one question, Basil, about those chances of development. Yesterday, it wasn't being reported that there was a 70% chance, or that 70% I think was linked to over a 5-day period. Now it's down to the possibility of a 48-hour period. What accounts for that change, if you can explain that in layman's terms for us?
Keisha, as conditions become more favorable for development, the probability will certainly increase, and that is what's been happening over the last 24 hours. As you said, yesterday we had a 0% chance of it developing over the 48-hour period, but upper-level conditions have become more favorable. We always knew that the sea surface temperatures are in good state, 28 degrees or greater, so that's favorable for development. But once we start to get those relaxing winds in the upper level, which will create the deep convection that is necessary for the development of the system, then that probability goes up, and that is what happens today. An aircraft is standing by tomorrow and will fly into the area if necessary to see whether or not any further intensification of the system is likely within the next 48 hours. But until then, we're looking at a 70% chance, and as we said, whether it develops or not, we're certainly going to get some heavy rains out of this system over the next 24 to 36 hours, and by Sunday, we promise you that the skies will open up once again and there will be some clearing.
All right, thanks a lot, Basil.